Yo, what's up everyone? Feeper here with another video for you. So I know this is kind of late. I know most people have already kind of made their ninja changes, thoughts videos, but I still wanted to make mine considering that whenever I think about Final Fantasy XIV, I think of ninja because that's what I started with. Well, technically I started with Lancer back in like the PS3 beta, but when I actually bought the game, finally played the game upon release, it was ninja. All through Realm Reborn it was ninja, all through Heaven's Ward it was ninja, and then through most of Stormblood it was ninja as well. So I figured I should make this video. Yeah, so it's just an update after the 5.1 changes to Ninja, which overall I think we're good. You know, TLDR, overall Ninja's in a way better spot now than it was at the beginning of Shadowbringers. The beginning of Shadowbringers was actually the worst thing I've ever played in my life in this game. And I'm not trying to just like take shots at Square and be, you know, negative, but like it genuinely, I played it for literally a day and was like, there's no way I'm raiding with this. This is awful. And it's so much better now. So kudos to them. But let's get into like, you know, what I think about each thing. The first thing I want to talk about is the Mudra changes, because I think that is probably the biggest change. No, it's not probably. That is the biggest change that they made. So not only do you have 2 stacks now, which is honestly just really nice. I'm kind of surprised they didn't give us 2 stacks in the first place, considering like everybody else got 2 stacks. Because it makes it so that you don't have to use your ninjutsu every single, like the moment it comes off cooldown. So you have a little bit more breathing room, which is definitely needed. Ninja was kind of hectic before, but I mean, I like that play style, but I think that now that you have the 2 charges and you have like a couple extra seconds to be like, okay, I can line things up better now. I can take a second because there's a mechanic here. I have like 10 seconds before I have to use my ninjutsu to do something. You know, it's because before when you're like trying to cast ninjutsu in the middle of like some crazy mechanic like Chaos when he jumps across the arena, it's kind of like, you know, it got to be a little annoying after playing the job for years and years. So that's definitely good. And also, you know, not only looking at it from like a higher end ninja player, but from someone who's just like getting into the job, I think the reason you didn't see many of them before was because it was definitely the hardest. No, not the hardest. It was definitely the most involved melee DPS. Hardest is subjective. I personally think it is, but I'm sure you can make arguments for the other 3. But yeah, so I think that's good overall. I kind of wish they changed, or they tried making it so that your weapon skills didn't cancel your ninjutsu like how it was before. So when you did an off GCD Mudra, if you used a weapon skill, it would cancel and cause you to do the bunny rabbit. I kind of wish they tried having it so you could weave them in between each weapon skill and not have to do it all in between one before this change to put it on the GCD. Just because I like the off GCD nature of it. I thought that was like one of the main reasons that got me hooked on the job was the fact that it had so many off GCDs, sort of, in a way. So I kind of miss that. I do wish they tried that at first, just because I think it would have been interesting above all else just to see how it played. But the fact that you can use a weapon skill now and then use Dream Within a Dream or something, or using Mudra and then use Dream Within a Dream, that's also really nice. So I think overall the Mudra change is good. I kind of wish they experimented a little bit more in the past, but overall the Mudra change feels so much better. It's really, honestly, pretty amazing how much better it feels with just 2 stacks and putting it on the GCD. It's kind of incredible from, you know, playing the job since A Realm Reborn when you didn't even have... Invis didn't even reset your friggin' Mudra, so you had to wait 20 seconds at the beginning of every pull because you were a ninja. It's awful. Okay, next up, I guess I'll talk about Bunshin just because it's kind of quick. I think what they did was smart. I hope this isn't telling... So next, I guess I'll talk about Bunshin. I think what they did was amazing. I really like it. I just hope that it doesn't affect other jobs too much because they have gotten a lot of positive feedback about it. And I think especially, not so much Square specifically, but just game developers in general, I think when they get positive feedback about something new that they do to the game, they're just like, okay, people really like this. Let's just like start doing it with a bunch of other things because they liked it. But they miss that, like they don't understand that people like this because of these certain circumstances. Like you can't just apply this to every job in the game and have people like the changes. You know what I mean? Like if they did it for something like Blood Weapon for Dark Knight, that would be a good change. If they did it for like in a release for Warrior, I wouldn't really like it as much because then it makes skill speed less valuable, and it's kind of, I think it's nice that you have to meld, you don't just meld, you know, the same 2 stats all the time for Warriors or something. You know, it's just, I think it could become problematic in the future for other jobs, but I think for Ninja, and like I said, for Dark Knight, I hope they do that for Dark Knight because I know that's a problem that a lot of Dark Knights have. I really hope that they do it for Dark Knight, but it works really well. Just having it be just a flat 5 GCDs is very, very nice, because you're not like on this weird time crunch to fit everything into this 15-second window. And speaking of 15-second windows, I guess now is the perfect time to bring up Trick, right? I think the Trick change is amazing. I think I haven't done the math. I don't know if it's technically a buff or a nerf, but regardless, the fact that now you don't have to squeeze, especially since you have so many off GCDs in Shadowbringers, you don't have to squeeze everything in to 10 seconds. You have 5 extra seconds to get these things in is great, because that's the biggest that was the biggest problem with Ninja before, was that your trick window didn't last long enough for you to get everything in, because you had 2 stacks of your Mudras, or sorry, not your Mudras. Oh my gosh, you had 2 stacks of Kasatsu. So you try to get 2 Kasatsu stacks in there, and you had Tenchi Jin to think about, and then you had Bunshin, and then Assassinate and Dream Within a Dream, and Meisui. So oh my god, it was awful. But now that you have an extra 5 seconds, it really, really helps. So I think the trick change is really good. I like that you don't have to have a positional requirement for the debuff, but there is still one for the damage. I think that's good. I like that. You know, I don't like them pruning things too much, but I do think the fact that now you don't have to do it from behind to get the debuff thing is good, because there are times you're just not going to have your True North up and you can't be behind the boss, and then like you just can't use Trick. Like, it's just useless. So, you know, situations like that were always annoying. That would have been really nice for things like Pantocrator. Oh my god, that would have been nice. So the Ninki change is also good. I don't think anyone's going to argue that it was bad. The fact that they were 80 Ninki before with a cap of 100 was just stupid. I don't understand why they did that. In Stormblood, it was fine, but in Shadowbringers, just absolutely not. Especially with Bunshin and how much Ninki you generate with Bunshin. It was just not a good move. So having it be 50 and you have a cap of 100 now, again, kind of like with the 2 stacks of Mudras, gives you more time to play with it. So if you want to delay it for like a burst window, you can, as opposed to having to use it the second it comes up. Otherwise, you're going to overcap in like 2 GCDs. So again, the Ninki change is good. There's not really much to say there. And then Tenchi Jin also, so the way the Tenchi Jin works now is just how it should have been since its inception. It should have just been you press the button for the ninjutsu, and then you just press the next button for the ninjutsu, and then you just press the last button for the ninjutsu. It's just way easier than like hitting the Mudra, hitting the ninjutsu button, hitting the Mudra, hitting the ninjutsu button, hitting the Mudra, hitting the ninjutsu. It's just so much easier, smoother. It has the same effect. It actually feels good to use, and the fact that it doesn't have a weird like 110-second cooldown now, and it actually lines up with things is nice. And then Meisui as well feels so much better. Meisui was honestly the weirdest ability that ninjas got in Shadowbringers. It just made everything awful. It was just, I don't know. It made the opener awful. The rest of the kit was fine, but like it just made the opener terrible. But now it actually has a place and makes sense. So I like those 2 changes. The only things I don't like about the changes, I mean, again, I don't like the Assassinate change. I said that before. I don't understand why you can't, I don't know. I just, like, the ability is called Assassinate. Just make it so you can't use it. I know they got rid of all the like 20% execute abilities, but if they're going to keep Assassinate in, just have it be the way it is. I don't know. I don't really like it being an off GCD comboed off of Dream Within a Dream, which is weird when I say that out loud, because in my head that sounds like an amazing thing, because I love using off GCDs. But I don't know, something about it just feels weird and not great, and I still am not a huge fan. I don't know, it's not terrible, but I don't know, something, I don't know. If it went away, I'd be like, cool, you know? It's kind of meh, in my opinion. But the only thing I genuinely, before I talk about the only thing I genuinely don't like about the ninja changes, shoutouts to Shade Shift. It's finally an actual defensive cooldown. Holy crap, God bless. So now, Shadow Fang. I hate what they did to this ability. I really don't like it. I think it's weird that they've tried so hard to get rid of all these just random 1-button dots, and then they give Ninja and Gunbreaker one. It doesn't really seem to make any sense. But my problem with it is the same thing I said in the Gunbreaker video, is you don't actually manage the dot. You just use it every 60 seconds in tandem with Trick, which is fine. But I liked having to, like, okay, I apply my dot, and then I have X amount of other 3-hit combo GCDs to use, and I have to reapply the dot. Like, I like managing the dot and making sure it never falls off. It was a cool, it was a skill ceiling type thing that's something that would separate not great ninjas from good ninjas, or any class with a dot really, is making sure they don't fall off as often as possible. So, and I also have just talked about in all my videos how I really like managing dots. So, you know, I guess it doesn't really come as a surprise that I wouldn't like this change, but yeah, I don't like it. Like the most hyped thing going into Shadowbringers was finding out that Shadow Fang was just off of your one-hit combo now. So it's just a 2-hit combo instead of 3. That was like the hypest shit. That and then Bunshin applying it twice, which didn't end up working out. But those were like the 2 hypest things, in my opinion, for Ninja coming into this expansion. And now both of them are gone. So, fuck me, I guess, right? I don't know. It's just, I don't like it. I'm sure a lot of people do like it. I don't know. I think it's stupid. I wish they would change it back, but what are you going to do? Overall, Ninja is in an infinitely better place than it was. I don't care about like the potency changes. That's irrelevant to me. All the people who are like, oh, I don't like playing Ninja because I'm not doing as much damage as everyone else and I'm not contributing as much. It's like, shut up. I don't know. I get that mentality that you want to bring as much damage as possible. But if you're going to play a job that you don't like just so you can bring more damage, like, what are you doing, in my opinion? Like, outside of ultimate progression, that is irrelevant. You know what I mean? Because every job can do the content fine. So yeah, the potency changes I'm not going to talk about because I don't find them relevant to the discussion. I find the design of the job the relevant thing to the discussion. And overall, Ninja feels so much better. I would switch back to it if I wasn't really enjoying tanking and I wasn't also in the middle of ultimate prog. So, you know, obviously I'm not going to change back now. But maybe if next year, if I somehow get bored of tanking, then maybe for the final tier I'll switch back. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Yeah, man, overall, 5.1 Ninja is the Ninja that we needed and the Ninja we deserved. Alright, so that's going to be a wrap for this video. Thank you all for watching to the end if you did. And if you want to, support my channel even more than you do just by watching, feel free to hit the subscribe button. Feel free to hit the like button. I also stream over at twitch.tv/feeper7. We're doing Ultimate Prog. I'm doing Farm and Honor and WoW Classic as well. Like, God, what a time that is on my server. Holy crap. And doing, Restored Ishgard, doing all that fun stuff. So feel free to check me out over there. And we got D&D on the weekends as well. We had to take 2 weeks off due to people's schedules, but we should be back this weekend. Those videos will be going up. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.